Page 4, Carefree. This is a melody by a guy who lived a long time ago. They put the composer's name up there in the upper right above the staff with the years that they lived, so you can tell that this is pretty old music here. It's got one sharp in the key signature, so we're in the key of G major, one sharp, and all the F's are sharp. Don't have to worry about it, there's no F's in this piece, so we're still going to play all the white notes. Now, let's take a look at the right hand stuff, what's going on for the right hand. You see the first note is a B, and it's got a 3 above it, so that's third finger, so I do that, my hand's in this position. And I get these 4 B's on here. Well, that's fine because it's in 4/4 time. Well, we got to have 4 counts in every measure, and we're counting quarter notes, so this works out 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the next measure is 1, 2, 3, 4. That half note gets 2 counts. Got to hold it down for 2. The next measure A's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then half notes again, and then the next line is almost identical except for the last measure. You just have a G, and then you come up on beat 3 because that last measure, that G's a half note, it gets 2 counts, and one beat ends when the next beat starts. So at beat 3, when beat 3 starts, that's when beat 2's over, and that's when you lift up. So it's 1, 2, 3, right on 3. The left hand just providing some harmony underneath the melody. The melody's in the right hand. The melody's what we want to hear. So in the left hand, you're starting out with little finger on G here. Put your hand in this position. It's a whole note. Well, a whole note gets 4 counts. It's the same as 4 quarter notes. You hold it down, so you just 1, 2, 3, 4 all the time. The right hand's doing its thing. The left hand is just quietly holding this note down. Same thing in the next measure. It's a whole note, so you just hold that B down. And then 2 D's, half notes, and that last measure, the first line. Let's look at that. You're going to hold it down for 2 counts. You're coming up when the right hand plays that G. Right there. So it's 1, 2, 3. Right there, when the right hand plays that, the left hand comes up because it's a rest, a half rest. And then the next line is the same for the left hand. It's exactly the same. So then you put it together. You see, the idea is you get one hand at a time, make sure you got those and understand them and can do them. Then you put the hands together because it's a little more complicated. So here you can push them down at the same time. So you're going to hold the left hand down because it's a whole note. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the next line is basically the same as that. Now they have dynamics here, so let's do that. There's an F at the beginning, in between the stabs. That means forte, for loud. That's the melody, that's the right hand. Now, if you can, and I challenge you to, figure out how loud you want that melody to be, and then make the other hand softer. Can you play one hand louder than the other? That's hard at first, but I would encourage you to keep trying because you will get it. It comes. So I'm going to play this louder. I'm going to play this soft because I want to hear the melody. Now, if you can't, then you have to play them the same. You know, but this left hand should be soft. Then when you get to the second line, there's a P. P is for piano or soft. Now the melody is soft. It's what you were doing in the left hand, soft. So that means the left hand has to be really soft. How soft can you play this left hand? You may have to practice that. But figure that. But don't make this tell you how loud to play the melody. That's backwards. You figure out how soft you want it. Not really soft, just soft. And then you practice and find a way to make the everything else under that, softer than that. And then you're soft for the whole second line. Look at the last measure of the first line. You see that little arrow in between the stabs? That means get softer or diminuendo. So you're loud at the beginning of the measure, but then that G, come down and play it a little less loud. You don't have to play it soft, just a little less loud. Because in the next line you want to be soft, and that's where you're soft. So at the end of the first line, don't get soft yet. We have loud, sort of soft, and soft. So come down between loud and soft, somewhere in the middle, and that's where you play that G. And then next line you're soft. So yeah. Now there is a tempo given. You see above the staves at the beginning it says allegro. Allegro is Italian. It means fast. Actually, it means different things to different people. For us, for now, it means fast. How fast? That's up to you, because it's a range. What do you feel fast is? Some people will think this is fast. Other people will think this is fast. Other people will think this is fast. It's different for different people. So you decide what fast is. Now when you're learning it, you learn it slow, and then as you can play it correctly, you can speed it up. Don't ever play something faster than you can play accurately. We all have a speed limit we have to follow, and that's, but there's faster tempos than this, but just make it fast. Not as fast as you can play it, I hope, but fast. Well, let's try this out slowly to double check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do the dynamics because we're not performing it here. We're just checking notes and rhythms. I leave it up to you to practice it and get good at it and add the dynamics and perform it. So go ahead and put your hands in G position here. I'll give us 4 counts. 1, 2, ready, go. 3, 4, 1.